So what were we talking about earlier? James had I wasn't paying attention because I was setting up the audio. Our videographer couldn't make it. We have 3 videographers. None can make it today. All can make it next week, and I only need 1 next week. So we're doing it ourselves with phone and laptop computer. But how are you, James?
I'm fine, Dan. Thanks for asking.
What did you learn this week? What did you think so far of the week? Like, what did you expect? And then how was it compared to your expectations?
Well, like I said, yeah, it was basically what I expected, because going by the academy issue, the text and all that, I saw how structured it was. So I didn't expect anything less. So yeah, I was quite impressed that it lived up to what I expected. I like the structure. I'm a structured person. That kind of gives me a better idea and understanding, of how things work. So yeah, that was one of the major things I really liked when I signed up for this. And then coming over here as well, it was pretty much what I expected.
So what do you think you want to do now as a research professional? We talked a lot about this yesterday, like this board behind me. This is all the stuff we reviewed. Yeah. But what did you come out as wanting to do? Like, did you come out with any more clarity as to career paths for yourself?
Well, yes. Today gave me a clear, especially being that I was very hands-on today. Kind of, I got a better understanding that starting off as a CRC makes you a better CRA, because it's like you're given the chance to make mistakes. So you see these mistakes, you'll be able to correct these mistakes. But jumping in between as a CRA, there's limited. You can't afford to make those kind of mistakes, especially when it's expected that there's a certain level of understanding and knowledge you should know about this. But as a CRC, it's like starting from the foundation, so that builds you up. Mm-hmm. So you learn as you go.
And you're gonna start as not just like a research assistant with one of our sites in Chicago, but you're gonna start as one of our in-house CRAs for CRO side. So you're gonna start out as like 2 things at once, good. Right? And that's why your resume reflects that now.
Right.
So are you feeling confident about interviewing now? Are you gonna interview like definitely, Monday? You're gonna start Monday?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm gonna start that. Like I said earlier, with me coming to California, it kind of really helped me a lot. Mm-hmm. We did the theoretical part, but now actually doing something and seeing something and being part of something gives you that extra confidence where you can okay, you're sure of what you're talking about, and then you can always defend it. You can actually, if you're giving a sample, you know what it is, you know what this is, you know what that is, So yeah, this gives me that extra edge I need. So yeah, I'm going to start.
And you never told me, how did you, because your background is project management.
Yeah.
I learned more now that I did your CV.
Yeah.
Which is very good. I didn't know you were doing project management before. Very impressive. That means you must be very organized.
Oh, yeah.
Everything that I'm not.
Why I appreciated that's why I appreciated the structure. Like I said, it really helped me a lot.
Everything I'm not is what that is. But that's amazing. I mean, but how did you? I'm always curious how did you even become aware of clinical research?
All right. So I had a friend. I still have a friend. She's been a CRA for probably over 5 to 6 years.
Oh, the one you told me about.
Yeah.
She needs to be a site owner.
Yeah, that's
you
the
told
one.
me
That's
that.
the one. Yeah. So,
if you're watching, listening, send her this link.
I will.
Chris, this is an advertisement for a future Site Owner Academy student. Why does she need to join the Site Owner Academy? Quick.
So you're talking to me?
Yeah, she's going to watch.
I thought you were quizzing James.
James is going to send her this link and say, watch this. We talk about you. Do you think she's not going to watch this? What do you think about why she should join the Site Owner Academy?
Well, she wants to make 7 figures at some point. She needs to do it sooner than later.
Chris is a salesman. He says very little, and then when he does, it's like action-packed.
Right.
Action. 7 figures. I like that. Good job, Chris. You could go back to texting. James. So your friend introduced you,
Yeah.
and how long she's been a CRA?
Probably over 6 years. Easily over 6 years. 5, 6 years. So yeah,
Well, she's getting to the burnout point then.
Yeah, she's beyond the burnout point, right?
Well, yeah. I
Is
guess
she
that's why
talking to
she's
you
talking
about, like,
talking
okay.
about the side thing.
So is she giving you like the real perspective of what it's like to be a CRA, or
Yeah, she did.
or
She
the
did.
or the marketing flyer perspective?
No. It was, and I mean, there's at the end of the day, you have to have the passion about something to dig deeper. So she kind of told me the basics.
Okay.
It was kind of interesting to me. Like I said, I'm somebody who I'll get bored doing one thing maybe over and over again, seeing the same faces after a year or almost two. So I knew I needed something that would keep me on my feet, that would always challenge me. You want to do something better, you want to do something new, you want to learn something different. So that was an aspect of it that caught my attention. So I went on my own and started, doing research. This was probably in 2016 first when I heard about it. Started doing research, did a little bit of research, got materials, read about it and all that. I've honestly, earlier on, I've always thought clinical research if you had to go into the field, you had to have some kind of medical background. So maybe you're a doctor, a nurse, so. But when I did some deeper research, I found that it doesn't necessarily have to be that. Anybody can.
Not at all.
But yeah, can go into it. So, I read about it, did some research. Eventually, I reached out to you, and then I started watching
So
your
she
videos.
introduced you
Yeah,
first.
she actually told me about you.
Oh, she did.
Oh yeah, like on YouTube, you can check you out, Dance Fair.
I see,
I went on
okay.
YouTube, I saw a lot of videos, and I looked at the dates. I saw it's been there. I was like, oh, all right.
It's been a while.
Yeah, this is a very good person to mentor. To like, hey, teach you and tell you what you need to know. So I remember I sent a couple of emails. Eventually, I heard about the academy, and then when you guys were enrolling, I don't know if I was the first, but I know I did it almost immediately.
Yeah.
I remember sending you an email and telling you, hey, I was trying to do it, but for some reason I wasn't able to make the whole payment that day. If you remember, I had to pay it off. Yeah. So that's how
That happens. That sounds like everybody having problems with the vendor.
Yeah.
We've got Chris spent an hour on the phone with that credit card vendor
Oh, man.
yesterday. We're getting ready to switch. It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah. So that's to tell you how ready I was. Like I had that discussion right there and there. I already knew I was gonna. This is what I wanted to do. So yeah. And ever since it's just been, you just keep learning. You just keep learning, and like I said, I want something that would always challenge me. I want to do something new. And with clinical research, the options are just so great.
It's
They're just
endless,
so many,
man.
right?
I mean, like I said, and with project management, I didn't know you were a project manager until today, because yesterday, we could have talked a lot about that too. But you probably know more than I do about that. It's just project manager. Sometimes the study doesn't even have a project manager. Like if it's a small study, a lead CRA will fill that role. But for like a large study with many sites, you need a project manager to manage everything.
Okay.
And the lead CRA manages the CRAs, but the PM is really the one getting emailed from the sites, the CRAs, the PIs, the vendor, the sponsor. Everyone's emailing them when there's a problem, the project manager. So, very organized. They have to like be able to direct, move logistics.
Right.
We don't even have a project manager for our CRO. It's just CRAs, in-house CRAs, lead CRA, medical.
One of us will wind up being the project manager in some fashion, I would assume.
Yeah.
Or hiring out.
Vince.
Yeah.
Vincent.
Me.
Vincent or James.
Yeah. Well, at this point,
You got to be in-house.
At this point, unfortunately, it has to be Vincent.
Vince, yeah, 'cause of
Oh yeah, he's been waiting for a
right.
while. But no, I think you're gonna get hired like quickly.
I do
man.
too.
Thank you guys.
You've got it, and you learn quick. And the stuff you were asking yesterday was like, those were really good questions.
Thank you.
So what is your plan now? Like what are you gonna do when you go back to Chicago? Obviously you're gonna do like in-house CRA stuff with us.
Yeah.
You're gonna work with the clinic in Chicago
Yeah.
on the same study. But what are you gonna do? Like let's say 3 months from then, like in April.
I'm very, very optimistic. I know before then, hopefully, I would probably have landed something. So,
Anything?
well,
Would you take
it-
anything?
well, honestly, yes, yes. Why do I say this? Like I said, every day is a day for you to learn something. So if I go in as
Very
a
optimistic.
CRC, yeah, I don't mind. I'll kick off with that. Every day you learn something. And,
CRC?
yeah, I can start with that.
That's
Like
one
I
of the
said,
best
oh,
ways
yeah,
to
oh,
start.
yeah. So it's just gonna keep. It's just gonna build me. It's just gonna build me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not gonna be forever. It's not gonna be for long. It's just to get that experience, get that knowledge, understand it very well, and then you can then know, okay, what's your next step? Do you want to push it out? You want so yeah. That's I'm really up for what comes my way right now.
Do you have a
That's really
clear?
challenging.
Do you have a clearer roadmap now than you did before you started?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Definitely, I do. Like
So before you started, you just thought CRA sounds cool, and now
Well-
you see everything else, or how
well,
does?
yeah. Honestly, I would like it. The way I would like it to come, hopefully, it comes that way. Is to start a little bit, maybe for a couple of months as a CRC, or like maybe clinical trial, minor and all that. Get that experience, because that's the it's very important that one starts that way, because there you get the actual experience we're talking about.
Yeah.
Starting as a CRA, you probably start getting sent off to sites and all that. If you really don't have that experience, it will tell. At some point, it will tell. Now, not a lot of employers, if not, I mean, very few of them would be able to condone you that long. Some would like, okay, you don't know what you're doing. And
Yeah,
I'd rather start gradually in 3 months or maybe 6 months max, get to that point, than have 2 jobs in 3 months. So
Right.
that's the way I
Okay.
see it. So I'd rather gradually grow to that point and be, than okay, I just jump in the middle and then you
Do you
don't really
think-
don't know what you're doing.
Do you think so? CRA is still a goal.
Oh
It's-
yes, it is.
and you can do that within
So,
a year.
If
I
I get,
think.
yeah, I might also be lucky if I, get an entry level.
Get it right away,
position
like one of the
yeah.
other students.
Right. That would
Yeah.
be a plus.
You could with
At
the
end of
in-house
day,
CRA
that's the
experience on your.
goal.
You have in-house CRA experience now.
Already, right.
So-
right.
The next logical thing up. I know so many in-house CRAs that became CRAs.
CRAs right away. Yeah.
Right, so it's just a matter of doing well in the interview, and
Yeah.
we'll
So-
do interview preps before you actually have your interview.
Right. So yeah, I just the way I say it, I'll be applying for these roles.
Hmm.
So whichever one comes, I mean, with this right now, I'm not up there yet, but I was better than where I was. Well, I mean, a week from today, I wasn't at where I am right now. It's not where I was that last week. So I know, yeah, if I had an interview maybe next week, I would do better than it. Say I had it last week. So yeah,
Right.
I'm definitely better than where I am right now.
And would you ever see yourself like your friend opening a site?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah?
I have big goals, honestly. Probably exceeding that if there's something else.
Did you
above
think
that.
of that
yeah.
before you came here?
Honestly, I didn't.
See, there's so many students that
didn't.
do that.
Like
Well,
half of them almost.
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't. But like I said, I like to give myself big goals. Even if you don't hit those goals, you're close to. Like you're a step to
That's
those.
right.
But when you don't give yourself high goals, you just you settle for anything. So yeah.
Aim for the stars and get the moon.
Oh yeah. So yeah.
All right. Anything you want to add, Chris? Add or ask?
No, I asked all I had. I shot
Yeah?
my load at the beginning.
What? But that was for give them for the podcast. They didn't hear any of that.
What?
Yeah, that was just for YouTube. This is give the podcast something they want to
So
hear.
we have to do it all over again, James.
Not all again. Make it organic this time.
No, I was just because you're concerned with increasing students.
Oh, dude, we've got to get our. You want to talk that?
Well, that's
we've
where
got.
I was going with it with him.
We've got. I was actually telling James earlier. We have the CRA Academy. We have the consulting. We have the CRO, and we have the this new project, which I can't really talk about, but it kind of combines all those 3 things together.
And we also own
That we're hoping starts. But the first 3 that I mentioned, the CRA Academy, the consulting, and the CRO,
And you left out site ownership.
we already have. Yeah, the sites are always going to be there. I don't even count those. Like where we're sitting, the one in San Bernardino where you were, like our sites, That's the foundation, right? But from these three things, because we don't want to scale the site, so we like to keep them at a certain size and don't grow bigger than that.
Okay.
There's many reasons. That's another podcast. But for these three businesses I discussed, CRA Academy, consulting, CRO, we want to scale that as far as we can.
Mm-hmm.
And so, right now we're doing like 6 figures in each, but this year I want to get it to 7. Aim for the stars, get the moon for each, right? So, where were you going with that, Chris? Because I could talk about that all day.
You were stating it's about sales. And I said, well, in my opinion, there's other components to that as well.
I see.
So I was querying, you like the word query? Querying James on if there was anything that could be improved. And to be honest.
Okay. Yeah. This is a safe space.
It helps us.
This is a safe space, and it's just the internet. It's not a big deal.
And not to put words in your mouth, James, but James had said, no, it's basically perfect.
Well, like at this point, I can't think of a specific area because, like I said, it's been very inclusive, and I like it.
Mm-hmm.
From the class to to the exams, to the quiz, to the lectures, to the everything was very, very. So you had, that's why when you asked me how easy or how hard it was, I'm like, if you really want to do this, it's very, very easy. Because you have all the materials. They're just it's at your disposal. Do you want to do it, or do you don't want to do it?
Yes.
Not only that, we have
Right.
Slack. Like,
Right.
if you don't understand, you can type on there. I get notification. I know it's a student,
Right.
and not just like random people on YouTube. I get on that like right away whenever I can,
But-
and
Right.
respond.
So
But
yeah.
as you were saying, research it's not. There's no difficult concepts. It's just a lot of knowledge, right? A lot of material
Right.
to learn.
To learn, right?
But they're not difficult concepts.
No, they aren't.
Right? It's not like learning quantum physics or
No.
something, right?
No,
It's simple enough.
but it
It's
is
just
like
a lot of
learning a new language.
Yeah, there's a lot of material to learn.
Yeah.
Well, it depends how you see a new language. To me, if a new language if you have people who speak it, you're interested in learning it, you could pick it up in 6 months.
Yeah.
So
if you
it's-
so there too.
Yes,
Too,
you have to
right,
live
right.
there.
If you live there, right?
Yeah, you have to live
Well,
there.
here in research, you don't have to. The material is there. So
Right.
It's honestly, to me, that's why I said it's very, very inclusive. It's very hands-on. You have everything at your disposal. It's left for you as a student to choose. Do you want to utilize these things? Do you really want to learn this, or do you just want to do it haphazardly?
Yeah.
So it's.
Do you think the price point is okay? Too low, too high?
Well, I could probably give a better judgment if I could compare with something.
Oh, you didn't compare with
no,
anything?
I didn't.
Okay.
No, I didn't. And for the knowledge you're getting from all this, and the end goal, I wouldn't say it's expensive.
Yeah, I'm trying to go like best bang for buck.
Unless maybe say your competitors were like charging maybe 500 for that. Then I'll be like,
No,
come on,
it's
man.
more like
no, I'm just saying.
it's more like 3 times what we literally
So
3 times.
yeah,
But it wouldn't surprise me if somebody comes out and does it for $500.
Yeah, sure.
And I
Well,
tell people all the time,
You would have to be this good too. It's not just all about. It's also the quality of what
it's
you
the
get.
quality.
'Cause,
What I tell
you know.
people, like when they call me for CRA Academy, like if you called this week, I told them it's full. We have one in April. 'Cause the January one's full. I always tell them, look, like they're expecting me to sell them, and I answer all their questions, sometimes 30 minutes or longer. I tell them at the end, you don't have to do this. You can watch all my videos if you have time. Just go watch them all, study them, brainwash yourself. And there's so many people that have done that and got hired.
Right.
But if you want to save time and do that in 3 months and not have to guess what's important, what's not, because I have tons of videos out there.
Right.
In the academy, it's all just the bare essentials of what you need. On top of that, we throw gasoline on the fire with the internship. Like, if you think that's worth $3,000, do it. If not, or if you don't have it, you're not out of options. You can still learn all this stuff on your own, right? So, and I think that helps because people they feel more less pressured to do it.
To do it, right.
And some people say, okay, thanks, and they actually just go watch it for free. And it's like, all right, that's good. I mean, you know, if you come back, like if you need help with the internship, you know, you've got to do the class because we don't just help with the internships. Because the internship takes a lot of time on our end. And, you know, for you, I mean, you're just kicking it off. Now you're going to go back home to Chicago and do it with Amir and then do the SIV with Chris. Maybe I'll come out for that SIV too. So, yeah, like, good stuff. Anything else, Chris?
Nope.
All right. Good? James?
Good.
All right. Thank you guys for listening, watching. Thank you, James. Have a safe flight back. And we'll be in touch. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.